Well, good evening, everyone. Everybody's having a lovely day. I boiled some quail eggs. This is the best way to get the shell broke loose. Cotornix quail eggs. So, I've done this in the house so many times, I'm tired of it. You have to stand up, stand at the trash can. You get eggshells everywhere. I'm just gonna do it outside. I got a pot I'm pulling it out of, and another pot I'm putting it in. And just like chicken eggs, quail eggs, if they're really fresh, they are hard to get the membrane off of them. It is very tedious, I guess. It's, they can be. I'll rinse them off when I get it in the house. I was going to wait till I got these others started laying. Because the other ones that I butchered this past weekend wasn't laying that much. They was reaching their end of life. Like that in there, it all come out at one time. Or the whole bottom half peeled off. That's pretty good. I like him. So I'm going to make these into some onion-based pickled eggs, white vinegar. Supposed to use onion rings. I can't keep fresh onions around here. I eat them too quick. So I use onion flakes. Works just as good. And then with some sugar and allspice. You don't keep the allspice in there. You just swirl it around some. It's really good. One jar is going to be just like that, plain Jane. The other one's going to have some either cayenne or red pepper flakes in it. Good stuff. You know, quail eggs, or Cotornix quail, I don't know about the Bob Whites, but probably the same. See that in there? Just peeled off. That's a good peel there. Quail eggs are fairly low in cholesterol. They're full of good cholesterol. Unlike chicken eggs are full of, well, just regular cholesterol, I guess you'd say. And you can also, I done this one time, you can make homemade mayonnaise, raw eggs from quail eggs, because something about the quail, they don't contract salmonella. They can't get salmonella. Like this one here, I don't like to put them in there when they tore like that, so that's one for me. But you can make homemade mayonnaise with quail eggs. Just raw eggs. Keep them and put them, mix it up, keep it in the fridge. You ain't got to cook them. That's pretty cool. Ones I made had a little too much. I should have made it a little thicker. It was a little too runny. But it was DiGiorno. That was really good stuff. So I enjoy sitting out here in the evenings doing this, as long as it ain't real hot or too windy or anything. I ain't got to worry about standing over a trash can outside. When I get done with all these on the ground, I'm going to squish them up with my feet and break them up so the chickens don't know that there's actually eggs. Chickens can't get to the quail eggs anyway, but don't want to entice them to eat their eggs. You know what I mean? So, Hoping we get some rain this weekend. They calling for between 1 to 2 inches. That would really help the crops. We've been watering the tomatoes and stuff, or Dad and Candace have. I haven't really watered that much because I've been working. But that rain will surely do the. Probably have some more sunflowers come up, and surely help the sweet corn and the field corn and all the crops. Because watering just basically keeps them alive, but rainwater, they'll jump. Because one thing we do, or they do, and we've done for years in the past, is when we water, we put some of this Miracle Grow, the water soluble tomato food, and it's got fertilizer in it. Not huge amounts, but you can fertilize while you water. And then whenever it comes to rain, it grows 3 inches overnight. So, yeah. So they've been watering the last 2 days, especially since I got the new bed on the golf cart. We put a old pump on it, and that has set Candace on fire as far as watering. She was out there watering the weeds.
Oops.
Watering trees and plants and blueberry bushes, and that's fine. They need water too. I found her some more plants she can water to my potatoes. I forgot about them till today. I walked by feeding up, and they're pretty droopy. So, anyway, y'all have a good evening. And if you want some quail eggs, just let me know. Either you can eat these, or you can hatch these, or there's one guy, he feeds them to his lizard. You can do that. If you got a pet snake, they can feed them these. Or you can make stuff with them. Last year, me and my boy made, or back in the, last year we made quail egg noodles. You can make noodles out of them. I mean, it's just like a chicken egg, except the mayonnaise thing. Like I said, you can take raw quail eggs and make homemade mayonnaise. That's just awesome. And it tasted pretty awesome too. One good thing about these Cotornix quail is they hatch in 18 days compared to 21 for a chicken. The Cotornix will, they'll start laying. I've had them lay as early as 5 weeks old. And they're actually mature where you can sex them in all 7-8 weeks. And also, starting at 8 weeks, you can butcher them. You can eat them. I usually let mine go 9 or 10 so I can keep the biggest ones for more breeding. And then just butcher the extra males that I don't want. And then the hens, I like to keep them at least a year so I can get good layers out of them. And then breed them back. Especially if they're a bigger hen, breed them back to a bigger rooster. And I have bigger offspring, is what my goal is this year. So I've got some in here still they're still growing. They're not growed out all the way yet. When they get a little bigger, they'll go out here to the outdoor pen. And I'll keep my breeders in here for a little while longer. Oh, heck, I tore that one. No problem. I'll do like this. You can make deviled eggs out of these too. It just takes a long time. So, all right. Well, y'all have a good evening.